Hello and welcome to my channel. This is Coldfire. Let me switch on another light so that it's a little brighter here. Today is not the 4th. I just copied and pasted the title from yesterday's video. So I'm going to change the date. Hopefully I'll remember to change the date, but this reading is for today. Let's see what are they thinking, feeling, and wanting to say. But first, let's get some oracle cards. I've got Hans Zimmer soundtracks playing in the background. Well, I have almost come to a conclusion that mainly, it's not a conclusion. Right now, I am back towards thinking about everything as energy, frequency, and vibrations. That that is mainly sound, right? Audio. So this is probably, I don't know how to put it, but I'm getting there. Like, this is for the first time I'm feeling like I understand what the Tesla quote, Nikola Tesla quote is all about. If you want to know the mysteries of the universe, if you want to know the mystical laws, think about everything and in terms of energy, frequency, and sound. That just reminded me that we'll get a universe oracle card. So I've come to the conclusion. I've really come to the conclusion that love is also a frequency for perfect communication. So, um, so the ability for somebody to love and for us to have that connection, both with both, like it's a two-way connection, right? A love, you can hold love inside, and then you will be connected to the entire universe in love. Just let me get that. My coconut is here. Okay, so I was saying that if you don't share that connection with another soul, where it's the frequency is perfectly matching in love, right? It is possible. It is definitely possible that you haven't met the soul or set of soul where you can establish uh, that have perfect compatibility when it comes to the frequency of love. But if you hold the intention of being open to communication from the universe, that means you are holding the frequency of love to communicate with the universe, correct? And that takes time. It really does take time, and it's a gradual process. So you will begin on in the realm that you are a part of, right? The reality around you. The universe will tell you, communicate things uh, about the world around you, and then the next step would be getting you closer to the celestial realms. Then once you get closer to that, then you find you will meet fellow twin flames, or your person, your soul, your divine counterpart, soulmate. When I say your person, that means it's just a normal soulmate, uh, another twin flame, another star seed, or whatever it is. You will find that energy and frequency being channeled through the people around you. But that doesn't mean that they are the ultimate vessel for it. It's a little complicated to explain, but I will try. I will try at the beginning of every reading to sort of um, tell you about what I am slowly and gradually realizing. Everybody is doing their best, and not everyone, not all souls owe you that kind of connection. And it's like they don't owe you because it's not that type of connection. The very few souls that you are actually genuinely connected to, very, very, very few souls, like in comparison to how many souls they say there are. Even if you are a part of the twin flame collective, even if you are a part of the divine collective, that is, if you have a divine counterpart incarnated here, and that is very, very, very rare. There is probably only I think 56 couples, or a very small number like that, that I was that I came up with earlier, like. And if you are part of the Starseed collective, you you still have a choice whether you want to connect with the collective or not, and so do they, the individual souls. Just because you're part of a collective does not mean that you hold the frequency for everyone in that. We've seen that, let's say, uh, we've heard example of it, or stories of this, like if you're a part of a sports team, uh, not everybody on the team likes you, but you are working towards a common goal, that is to make sure that your team wins. You can have your nemesis on the same sports team as you. You can have a mortal enemy on the same sports team as you. Correct. So we do, even amongst the collective, the soul to soul connections are not necessary. The narrative of the soul to soul connection are not really supposed to work out perfectly. Um, the soul to soul connections might be very brief, or you'll be strangers all throughout your in all lifetimes, or you will finally only connect when you merge back with soul, with the source. You attain moksha, you've done all of your time in life, like many births or whatever you were supposed to do. while you incarnated, while you got a body in whichever dimension, whatever reality it might have been. Once you're done with that, your task, right, and you merge back with soul, which is what we call moksha, right? Once you attain that, that is when you will be again connected with the soul, and maybe the souls in your collective might still be fulfilling their duties and then coming to moksha a little later. But there is definitely one soul, which is your divine counterpart, with whom you have, like, I mean, it is guaranteed. It is guaranteed that you have the perfect connection with them. They are the ones who are quantum entangled with you. So time to make a demonstration. Oh my god. The older the soul, the softer the glance, the quicker the smile, and the sooner to say, I love you. They also skip and wink more than normal and hold hands with those they walk beside. Utterly fearless, the universe. I'm glad that my original voice is back. Um, I was. Uh, I was connecting with souls who were trying to mimic a frequency of love while they spoke to me, and everybody got it so wrong. So whenever so my communication style is that I will match your accent, I will match your lingo, I will match your grammatical errors, etc., cultural um, variations. Uh, when I'm speaking to men, my voice naturally becomes a little heavier, and when I'm speaking to women, my voice modulates to a more uh, higher pitch. I I don't know. I've always been. I've just done that without ever noticing it before. It's just trying to perfect communication. So, love is a frequency for perfect communication, but you cannot have it with everyone else. It's just better to accept that. It's better to accept that. No, it's when we say you're just born at the wrong time, or people were you when you feel like a misfit, it's because you would possibly dragged around because your divine counterpart was finally ready, and you were finally ready to meet your divine counterpart, and this will be your last lifetime, and then after that you will merge into source. But that has to be replicated in your lifetime here. You'll have to find union even in the physical world. You'll kind of have to come together. Okay, so root, Iminkolai. So this is the root, 1404. I've been seeing 404. It slightly makes me uncomfortable because I always feel like the divine masculine going missing, like 404. I don't know why. Um, this time around, I'm more positive. When I started seeing 404, it's like um, my misunderstanding, my suspicion of my divine masculine counterpart or the divine masculine energy within me are just getting erased and erased really fast, and it still makes me a little uncomfortable. Is because energetically, sure, the files are getting deleted, files have been lost, submitted to the void, deleted, whatever that it might be. But I don't have experience of it, physical experience of it. Investigate, yes, the files that have gone missing. Now I have much less information on the nature of my divine masculine. So clarify, soul or calm. So it's time to make a demonstration. So if there is something that you need to showcase, if you need to do something, if you need to build something, if you need to design something, if you need to make something, you need to start doing it, because um, it's time to show what you can bring about into this world. There's some invention of some sort, tension, square, semi-square, quincunx. Dignified strength. Um, so people who try to kind of imitate your unique frequency of love, right? That helps you connect with God, universe, source, as well as the divine counterpart and your soulmates and soul family, right? Uh, it's with everyone except the universe and the divine counterpart. Everyone else, it's just it's 1 degree removed, so there is a possibility of tension there, right? So, and especially if a soul is karmic, or it's an illusory soul, it's a illusory human soul, uh, designed or made or produced by AI, it's a projected soul, then the tension is much more heavier. It's really heavy. It's even if they have managed to imitate the same frequency words, like, so if somebody's pretending to get along with you versus somebody getting along with you are two different things. So there has been a lot of people I'm sensing in your life who've pretended to love you, or just learned a lot about you, maybe your background, the roots, your roots, and what you like and what you like hearing, especially music. Yes, they've they've understood what you like to hear. um, Maybe it's like some information, they try to get you information about some series, movie series, television series, or whatever they. Yeah, so like I've noticed people like talking about Korean drama over here around where I stay, and I think they just use it to uh, impress other people, and I mean they really don't. I mean, yes, I mean, if you're going to learn something about a culture that is not yours, you're you're going to you're definitely going to educate yourself. The intention, but the intention is purely not learning about that culture, or the intention is not to investigate, right? um, Anything about that culture, that media culture, there none of it, right? None of it. And these are old rich cultures, and Korean media is awesome. The music, the stories, the narratives, all of that is so awesome. But and anime is vast. Anime and manga, or comic books, all of these storylines. Mom, this Marvel Cinematic Universe taps into so much mythology. Um, so you get what I'm saying? Like they pick up popular media, they will pick up quotes, and they will try and connect with you. Where they fail, where they really, really fail, is when you begin talking about real science, that is actual physical theories of physics, metaphysics, even spirituality, and mathematics. Mathematics is where you can uh, with with most of them, like I mean, they're faking it, right? They're just talking to you about things that they think that you like talking about. If you like mathematics, you can, I mean, if you're fascinated with mathematics, you try and talk to these people about mathematics, and there'll be so much tension that they will just break apart. um Even if they claim to like mathematics, even if they claim to know mathematics, it's just that they don't want to know, because mathematics is a language. We live in a mathematical universe, right? So, like, I mean, it just breaks down. You will get to know it. This is the best way to investigate is start talking to somebody about mathematics. Start learning mathematics. I mean, start practicing mathematics, like the basics of it. Revisit like basic mathematics. Ninth house, exploration. Because you can't manipulate mathematics. You really can't manipulate mathematics. Pluto rebirth. After this rebirth, like you need to kind of go out there and explore what's there for you. Like you have just landed into newfound territory. It's a high dimensional territory, definitely. It's like you were in hell, the underworld, right? And the ascension was so fast. You so we start with the third dimension, and then we um, connect with the celestial realms in the third dimension, in third density aspects of our consciousness, and then we meet our divine counterpart there, and then we just go, we are thrown into the underworld. And then when we hit the rock bottom, like the last one, that is Tartar, then we get there. Once we're done with that, then we start ascending from there really fast, and then we reach, we go through, we get stuck in 3D for a little bit, and then we go back again to do our time. Then we get somewhere stuck in between the underworld and uh 3D, that is purgatory. Like, you gotta purge the 3D programming, you gotta purge the underworld out of you. And you've explored, let's say, through the dark night of the soul, you're done exploring all the darker realms, the uh, underworld realms, the hellish realms. And now, like, you've just been rising upwards. Like, I think we're done with fourth density as well. We're rising. We've risen to fifth, sixth, seventh, eighth. Yesterday, I was like, where I sense the divine collectives in somewhere around eighth density, and right now, like the divine collectives endeavors, these exploration of the higher realms, we're getting closer and closer to the source. Right now, our spirit guides are seraphic souls, um, supreme archangels. All of them were included, including Lucifer. And if you're, I mean, I had got this message that Lucifer has received his grace back and is back on. You will not find it in the Bible and things like that, but because when the Bibles were written and rewritten and reproduced, there's never not been uh, a refresher of that in our times. Nobody sat down and said okay, let's investigate the Bible and see where are all the energies at. And the angels and archangels who lost their grace maybe have received their grace back. Archangel Michael goes through that up so like all the time, like he loses his wings all the freaking time. And that's why sometimes your protection is really low, because like he's uh, gone and lost his wings, his grace, like his I was gonna say machete, but yeah, that is sort of like a machete. Metatron also like gets banished all the time. Gabriel is a freaking trickster, and is going around like uh roughshoding over the entire cosmos. So these are one of archangels that make the supreme archangel, that is the seraphim. And there are now souls that they have produced souls, right, and sent them around. Those are the new spirit guides, the seraphic souls. They are your new spirit guides, and that's who you've been hearing since 6 months, more than 6 months ago. When was this? When did I start hearing? About June, July, August, September, October, November, December, January. Yeah, 6 months ago. Like you might have started hearing them before that, before they worked on you, integrated into like integrated the frequencies, connecting frequencies within your aura. 47 is the number. So yeah, it's about June, yeah, June, definitely June, about June 23rd. Jul- you would have started hearing them, your new spirit guides. What am I? Some of you, very very few of you, and uh, the rest of you have just started hearing them. I don't even know. Like I remember feeling so alone because I had no, there was no one, nothing, like being able to connect to these new souls that were coming through. And I kept saying, the new souls are here, the new souls are here. It's like a rainbow child, and the rainbow spectrum of not the visible color spectrum, the invisible color spectrum as well. I was talking about it a lot. I've been talking about it a lot for many, many years, but I've actually seen, look at that, the dark prism, right? You see the triangle here, dark prism. What am I cleaning up for converting? Digest. So digest has come up again. So take that tension, the frequency of tension, the fake frequencies that these low vibing souls planted in you, the fake connections that you have. Just take that, causing tension in your energy field, if you have any left, and just take that and digest it out. Maybe you will have an upset stomach for possibly the next few hours. You will have pain in your root chakra. I went through that, I think, yes, day before, at night. Like, there was a pain in my gut, and I was like, there's pain in my root chakra. So I think that was getting digested out and expelled. What do I know without knowing why or how? A walnut tree crack. Let's read that again. What do I know without knowing why or how? Oh yeah, walnut tree crack. Like we were I was just talking about how like I just
It's 12 o'clock.
knew that there were new I said this to my friend's mother like in 2021. I think it was somewhere around December 2021 or possibly January 2022, that around after the Gemini season or after March or something, like, rainbow children were going to start showing up. I was doing a general tarot reading for her, and I just said rainbow children was going to start showing up. Um, and I said that her daughter was also a part of that same soul category, but the integration hadn't happened yet, and they were the next generation of star seeds that were going to be born, that were predicted to be born on planet Earth. So what happens with star seeds, and like it's like their vessel is born, but it might not be their time to integrate, like the earth plane, the collective energies or the portals might not be open for the connecting frequencies to be incorporated in the human soul's body aura. The human body needs to be evolved. The human mind needs to be evolved enough to be able to hold the star seed connecting frequencies. And if it is a completely different frequency never seen before, like we've never seen the seraphic soul, that is the invisible, the light and the dark. We know the light color spectrum, visible color spectrum, because we can see it. It is visible. I just read a post on Facebook as well. Like uh, it's great that fire is has visible light spectrum, but there is some hydrogen fire, that is actual fire going on, but that comes from an invisible, it's the fire is in the invisible light, uh, 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 invisible color spectrum, right? So you can't see that there's fire. So there was in the office, I think this was NASA or some laboratory like that. I completely forget. I will put these things in the description box, and I promise to you there will be one day where you will have long descriptions, references, reference links to everything that I'm talking about. But like, so they were walking around with brooms. So if the broom caught on fire, that means there was the invisible color spectrum fire going on there. I'm sure it was made of some hydrogen isotope that they were experimenting on as fuel, right, for the rocket ship. So yeah, I think it was NASA. At least in the post, it was mentioned NASA. So we do not know how to, let's just say, dark. This is so we are used to dealing with angels and archangels and spirit guides that are of the light universe, right? But we don't know how to deal with uh, angels, archangels of the spirit guides of the dark. And that's why we go through the dark night of the soul. And we went through a dark night, a worldwide, earth, the entire earth went through a dark night of the soul. What does that mean? Our consciousness collective consciousness of Earth ranging throughout times, since the birth of Earth, since Earth came about, like, the entire consciousness, the social memory complex of Earth got plunged into the underworld, through the deeper, darker realms. And once it was done seeing the darkness, once we did time, so the last 3 years, 20 to 2020, 2021, and 2022, was a earth-wide social memory complex, dark night of the soul. And now it's done. We are going back, we are scaling our way upwards. So we are almost done with purgatory, almost. I still don't know if the collective is done with purgatory. Some of us, who got integrated with the connecting frequencies way back, and had an understanding in our mind about the seraphic, the dark world, the invisible universe. Mathematically, I've been studying since I was a child. There, I know a lot of people who have been interested in that, the mathematics of the black hole, the dark universe, um, invisible colors, and all of that. And so when you train your brain, your mind automatically can hold this knowledge and information, and that your soul is trying to communicate, right? So you usually get there faster if you're the entire point is to make your experience of your birth, death, and rebirth more pleasant and more rich and more exploratory in nature, where you're cracking the code, you're cracking stuff, and cracking the tension, digesting the tension, throwing it away, connecting with your roots, and down to the underworld, as well as the celestial realms, in a second, right? That is what we're trying to achieve. And imagine if you've had to live lifetime after lifetime after lifetime, many lifetimes, right, on planet Earth. And if you achieved this kind of state of being connected to the source of the underworld, of the dark world, as well as the light world, the underworld and the celestial world, while you are on third density Earth, imagine how how amazing a life experience you would have had. You would still have to go through all of those years, birth times, etc., but you would just be here, present here, observing this and looking at it as a beautiful movie with alternate realities, accessing all of that, the mystical nature of the universe, the impermanence of things. And what do? We get attached to the petty materiality of the third dimension. And why is that? Is because the karmic souls, the fake matrix people, projected people, uh, they somehow have uh, get create tension in your life. They create tension in your life. First, they get your attention by talking to you about the things that you would like, imitating the frequency of love, your soul, right? Trying to imitate and failing miserably, and that's why it causes tension inside of you. And we get like addicted to feeling that tension constantly. Uh, uh, and the repulsion that we feel, right? What would help me feel safe in opening up? A mallard dabble. I'm not. I'm not saying like you're never going to be approached by somebody who's not trying to pull a fast one on you, pretending to love you and things like that. I'm not saying any of it, but all I'm saying is that you need to recognize fakers. You need to recognize when it's a scheme. It's a plot to get your attention. To and especially to create tension in your life. I mean, they're not getting your attention to learn and understand about love and your path, your soul. They're not doing that to understand your soul. They're doing it to just create tension in your life. Let's see, what are they thinking? What are they thinking? They're thinking about the stability and how they have engaged in self sabotaging activities. They're self sabotaging activities on their spiritual path. Three of Pentacles. Self sabotaging stubbornness regarding some kind of business or partnership. That's what they're thinking about. They were very stubborn. It's like they sabotage their spiritual journey, and they're very well aware that they were on a spiritual journey, and they were very very much aware that they wanted to just walk the path of self discovery, discovering what their soul are, what the spirit world is, what God is, what the higher self is. And they kind of sabotaged it, but due to some kind of stubbornness, sabotage the foundation of that. And now they're going to have to rebuild the foundation. The work, the self sabotage is stemming from this Three of Pentacles situation, which is um, which is like a it's like a work arrangement. It's a work related partnership, and that's what they're mainly thinking about. And I see the Five of Swords directly attached to this. It's like I was sitting on a landmine, and I was stubbornly holding on to the landmine, and they're thinking about how they knew it that it was all going to blow up. They knew that it was going to blow up. They were thinking about how they knew exactly how it was going to blow up and who was going to do what, and they were stubbornly sitting by being a part of that blow up situation, like like this business partnership's going to blow up. It's and they wanted to stubbornly be a part of that catastrophe with the Emperor card here. They're stubbornly wanting to oversee the catastrophe. It's like they wanted to make sure that it happens. So it's like they got into the business partnership. They're thinking and telling themselves, uh, this is what their thoughts are like. You know very well that you formed this workplace situation partnership to sabotage the workplace situation partnership. You know it, and you made sure that it happened, right? So that's why it is self-sabotage, like Five of Swords, self-sabotage. You did it. You wanted to break this 3D world energy that you have surrounding your work, and finally be able to walk your spiritual path and make it your life's work. Like the Four of Swan, the twin flame journey. Your person knows about this person knows about the twin flame journey. Maybe they call it something else completely different than what they don't like to say twin flame and divine counterpart, because these words have been corrupted and used by like groups of people. Then you can literally call them twin flame cults now, you know. I know someone who has the science about it, right, but the kind of things that he tells people it is so horrible. It's like you would never ever unite with your twin flame. And the people who are twin flame cult people will I remember there was this a person in the workplace situation connected to my person, right? And I didn't know of this person on YouTube, like, and when she told me that, you know, oh, you're into tarot? Yeah, I listen to so and so, and there is this guy, like, you know, she described some physical features, and I was like, I don't have any idea. And when I find, she never gave me the name. So the people who are absolutely clueless about how to walk the journey of self discovery generally come across these channels, these people who really know like what the journey is about. And but the thing is that somewhere in their message, in their tarot reading, in their video, they will subliminally communicate something to you that will keep you away from your divine counterpart, right? So your person is thinking about all of these people who have kept them away from you, right? Their twin flame journey, and taken and how they themselves actually, because they're self how they themselves literally took themselves created this rift, this different distance between them and their twin flame journey, right? But it's like it had to be done, it had to be ended. 4747 747 Boeing, like, you know, on the clock, as I said, it had to be done, it had to be ended, this had to be done. What are they feeling? What are they feeling? They're feeling that ending pretty strongly with the Ten of Swords showing up here. They're feeling the ending very strongly. Nine of Swords, the Emperor in reverse, or just say it could go anywhere. The Emperor upright and the Nine of Swords reversed. So the tension is reducing. They're regaining their strengths. They're feeling that their strengths are regaining now. They're not losing anymore. They are regaining rebirth. Pluto rebirth. Your person feels like they're regaining their strength back because the Emperor is here. What are they feeling? Yep. They're feeling quite independent, but also there is some kind of stalemate, some kind of block situation when it comes to you. They're feeling blocked. Okay, but they're getting out of it really fast. Yeah, they're taking some action. They're feeling like coming forwards towards you, but they're still in this in these energies. possibly a divorce, a breakup, official business partnership, separation. All of that is being done, and they're in the energy of moving forward, but they're also in this, like, breaking things apart. This energy is also there in them, and now they don't come along with any karmic or fake souls, matrix souls. They will be showing up. They feel ready to show up by themselves, right? The justice card, see, official separation, officially ended. Like, not just the paperwork, like physically official. Like, yeah, well, the paperwork and physically officially them going back and ending all of that. They are in that. They're feeling that energy, and they're feeling it. They're taking a note of it. The feeling like going ahead and exploring the world on their own. The feeling a need to be alone and explore the world. Yeah. When it comes to what the world has to offer, uh, what more does the world have to offer? What is the world really made up of? Not offer. Like, they're really curious. Like, it's like they are holding the world in their hand, and they're like, what is in this? I want to know on my own. Feeling the sense of curiosity. Um, it's sweet. What are they wanting to say? What are they wanting to say? This is your person, just like, thinking this, feeling this, and wanting to say it. So far it looks like nothing to uh, directly to do with you. This is about a journey of self-discovery. Knight of Pentacles and the Nine of Pentacles coming together, right? And the Four of Wands, the twin flame card. So you are your own twin flame. There is no other person. So what are they wanting to say? Like, if they wanted to share, like, what is it that they want? What is their soul saying to your soul to soul connection? Or what are they speaking to their new spirit guides, the seraphic souls? What do they speak? Rediscovering rebirth of rediscovering the inner child. There's something that it happened in their childhood or when their soul was younger. Look at that. They had the Empress, the Nine of Cups, and the Three of Wands, waiting for something. A Moon card, Two of Swords, Luck card. It's the Hangman. So, your person's wanting to. It's like they. It's like they don't want to say anything. They're just like looking at things as they are, comparing you to low vibing uh, feminines. They know that you are the divine feminine, you are the goddess, princess, and queen, but the Empress, it's like it's like I've just found a missing piece of myself, and why does it have your face? And why are these other low vibing feminine, fake feminine, toxic feminine, like in front of me, and you are hidden like the moon card? There's something hidden, right? And the moon card is also the divine feminine card. Why are you hidden? It's like they're discovering something. They're discovering something in this pause, in this stillness, and this is what they're saying. They're saying to the spirit guides, like, find her in this wreckage. She's the treasure that I've gonna find in this wreckage. Don't give me this visual anymore. I hate. It's like I'm getting this, like, this is fake. This is just a lustful energy, and it's not nurturing. It's not nurturing. It's deceptive. It's deceptive. So there's, it's like they're, the divine masculine and the divine feminine, like, the higher selves are just like, okay, finally, they get it. They get it, what it is. But they're also saying that you need to rediscover. So there's this man holding something in a bundle, and you need to rediscover this on your own. You need to, they understand what their spirit guides have said, like, you need to rediscover your divine feminine. You need to pull her out of the wreckage on your own. You need to rediscover your feminine side, because the divine masculine, the wounded masculine, had been dominated. The all low vibing feminine energies were dominating your life so far, and you've gained independence from all of that. So it's going to be up to you to rediscover your divine feminine aspects, the nurturing aspects, because the detonation has happened. The self detonation has happened. You have detonated the old template of your life, the karmic, the matrix, illusory template of your life. You've done it. You've done it, and you're free. You've taken charge of your singularity, your singlehood. You've done it. So, all right, let's clarify what are they thinking about moving forward out of this. Uh, they're thinking about how they are in union, in a union. Uh, the the masculine and feminine polarity are working together without getting in each other's way, but in unity, like the two of wands. They see it ascending and moving forward together. They see the togetherness inside themselves. Twin flame union, yes, twin flame union energies. They it was a very well thought out plan to end their past situations. And they used their workplace, their business, something to do with money, business. They used it to break free from the old earth matrix, the illusion, the belief systems, and all of that. It's like they used it. They they did a fine job where they made it look like self sabotage, whereas they were just breaking something down. that was ugly and distorted, um, distorted masculine, wounded masculine. Like uh, possibly they always grew up around, or since their youth, they have always been part of work situation, work collaborations, and business opportunities that were heavily wounded and distorted, masculine dominated workplaces. And yeah, now they're feeling like, yes, they have made it out of that. They're done sabotaging that situation from their life completely, and now it's like a new beginning, independent new beginning. They're finally getting to be alone, and they feel so confident and so passionate and so driven. Look at the number of wands here, wand cards here. We have the four of wands, we have the two of wands, we have the eight of wands, and these are the fiery ones, like, the eight of wands and the father of wands, that's the king of wands, and the two of wands showing up again. Like, yes, they they're thinking and feeling the same thing, and this is a faster night, so they are following their feelings more. No, I think it's equal. Like, their feelings are what are have gained a momentum, and they might be a little stuck in their thoughts about their feeling, because the Knight of Pentacles is very slow and heavy. They might be a little stuck in their thoughts about their feelings, but their feelings have taken charge of their life, basically. Uh, but it's the charge of their life because it's a brand new beginning, so they want to feel their way through it more than think their way through it, because they're kind of stuck when it comes to their thoughts. They're a little stuck. Clarifying the past, past, no, clarifying, they're a little stuck in their thoughts when it comes to the past, that's why I said that. Even their feelings, like, they their feelings are very strong, very strong. The Ace of Wands coming up here. Their feelings are very strong, and they're just like abandoning their thoughts to this new energy, to the new spirit guides that want to balance out the light and the dark. So they're surrendering to their spirit guides, to the source of their feelings, rather than they they don't want to process their feelings in their mind anymore. They just want to feel their feelings, and that's balancing it out. That's balancing it. The balancing It's balancing their financial or practical material world reality situation, but it's still not balanced. It's still balancing out. You see the light is in smaller proportion than the dark. It's getting balanced out. They know that they're getting help from the heavens, from the celestial worlds, now finally, but they're making their, it's like they're making their way upwards towards the light, right? So they've got to reach here, so that it's half and half. It's justice, it's balance, right? So they know that they're still getting out of their dark night of the soul, like after effect, aftershocks of the dark night of the soul, right? So that is what they're feeling. They're still feeling the darkness more heavier, and it's still, for them to be able to process it, they need to reach a state of ultimate balance, that is justice. They need to reach here. They're still they're still not under the influence, but like, it's a hangover from the dark night of the soul. That's all I can say. Like, a hangover from getting out of purgatory finally, and then the last stage of purgatory, right? Just watching the unnecessary thing, attention purging out, and then you gaining balance, like the justice and the six of pentacles both balance. They're feeling that they're getting there finally, if completely, like getting there. This is a very different kind of chapter. These are very different kind of feelings, and they really want to be single and in a balanced state. So like being single and steady, going their own way. Ace of Cups reversed. Um, but there's no reversals here, so it's like they want to go on a holy grail quest, and they want to do it single, and I don't know, maybe like they want to explore the world, but they don't want any connections, is what I'm getting, any romantic connections. And because the Ace of Cups is reversed, we don't take any reversals. But I in this deck, reversal meanings are not there, but there's always a reverse meaning for this. It's simple as that. It's like no romantic connections or interactions whatsoever. And if there was a Knight of Wands here, I would say that, but they would like be indulging, but they do not want to give their energy out. So it's like they will not be mingling. What would help me feel safe in opening up? Like dabble. Like they might, it's like they want to dabble in these new world energies, but not romantically. Like they want to do it spiritually. So they're opening up to the spirit, spiritual love. They're opening up to spiritual love. Opening up to spiritual love. But like they don't even want to spiritual love for like something, a spiritual love for how can I say it, for possibly plants and nature, like these smaller creatures. Like look at that, like this bird here, this chick here, this small chicken. No, it's a baby duck, and then they're holding a parrot. Maybe they they want to connect with animals, and you have the stag here, and then the horse here, and plants here. They want to connect with like the spirits of animals and birds and plants, with nature basically, and other creatures. We have the root here. We have a bird here again. We have a bird here again. We have a tree here. Yeah, maybe they want to get into gardening or something like that. Yeah, do more of that. Like, not like completely remove themselves from connecting with people, and connect with nature and creatures more. Okay, what did they want to say? Please clarify, what did they want to say? So, okay. as something that's holding them down. There's something that holding them down. It's like they weren't expecting to lose so much money, is what I'm getting through this divorce, this business partnership separation, this breaking down. They really didn't know that they were going to end up losing money. I don't think they lost a lot of money because they're showing up as they're like the emperor and empress, like and nine of pentacles, the justice is on their side, and it's like they're feeling like after they move away, they're going to get their just rewards with the Six of Pentacles. But it's like they're unwilling to accept that. Yeah, it might be like they're unwilling to accept that they lost you in this. I'm hearing what does money count? Like I lost her, I lost my divine feminine. And this person is saying that I lost her. And it's like they're just in despair about that. They're in despair about losing their divine feminine counterpart. It's like that's why they want to hold on to the situation, and or these low vibing souls still have, especially feminine soul, still have that, like, it's like they see these low vibing feminine souls like throwing around their sob stories, and then they're like, okay, is this what she's saying to her friends, that uh like he abandoned me, he betrayed me, I'm going through such hardships. Is this what she's saying? Is she really sad? Is she really, so because they cannot meet their counterpart, their person, their true feminine, their empress, they're like trying to look at other feminine energies at a distance though, and what are their problems and what are their issues. And that's why they want to probably stay in that situation, because you were connected with their divine feminine. The feminine was the empress that was connected, your person, like you, right? You were connected to that situation, right? And when that the entire situation got wrecked, and they did lose a bunch of money, but what they lost was they lost you, they lost their feminine, they lost their empress. And this is the hangman, like now they're searching the wreckage, so they're holding on, and sticking around in that situation where other feminines are there, and to see if they can find any bit of you in that wreckage, amongst those people, those low vibing feminine, low vibing soul. It can be men or women. It could be that if your person's yeah, well, low vibing souls, like who probably just sit around drinking a lot and partying a lot and just tell each other sob stories, and like cribbing and complaining and crying, like to each other, like that is the social group, like they're observing that was this situation. I think that is what they wanted to end, because it seems very toxic and just a waste of everything. And they try they're saying that I'm trying to salvage something, and since this is a sport, I'm trying to salvage at least one thought form that was connected to you. It's like in this entire situation, and what they are going to discover is that it was just a situation that they wanted to destroy, and they probably kept holding on to it stubbornly because you were also made to be a part of that situation because they were there, and they sort of still in denial of the fact that you were there for them. They're trying to find something that you wanted in the situation independent of them, but they're not finding anything. Like you were chained down to the situation because they were, part of the situation. It was their business, their workplace, their social group, their money related situation that they were first and foremost trying to destroy, and you were chained to it. You were stuck there because they were there. They are your person, right? And now that they have lost you in the that now that they don't have you, they're looking through the debris. They're looking through the debris, wreckage to find you, right? To see if they can find you in the wreckage, if you're hurt or damaged, uh, because you rejected them and left this like wreckage of a situation, life situation behind for them. But the thing is that their intention were to wreck it, and you gave them exactly that. You wrecked the situation. You helped them. You were that their counterpart, their their partner, their associate, energy energetically, right? Who you were helping them achieve what they wanted to in the first place, but that situation goes away and they cannot handle it. They feel like you rejected them because they were so focused on that. They might have lost some money, and now they're trying to salvage some kind of money from it. But the only reason that they're doing that is because they want to find you in the wreckage. They want to see that, okay, she lost something as well in this situation. I will get it to her and I will give it to her, and then she will love me forever and she'll be so thankful and grateful to me. That is happening. And on the other end is like, maybe she also wanted to hang out, like, with friends, like, maybe she wanted to take it easy, and she gets along. She had like, maybe some these low vibing souls like claim that you were friends with them, or they knew you. You confided in them, you wanted to hang out with them, you wanted to explore life, like, uh so they're trying to see like if the situation of these low vibing souls, these wasted souls. And do do you have any kind of intimate friendships, or do you feel comfortable in this, like, are you going to take anybody around with you in your life? And they find nobody, like, there is nothing of that situation, that um your energies are completely hidden from that situation. So they're kind of realizing, and they're feeling really sorry, like, that they thought that somehow you created the situation, or they're feeling a loss of opportunity, like, loss of opportunity with you. They're also feeling like this situation was a situation that kept you in their life, and it's like they're feeling like they lost that opportunity to actually make you a part of their life permanently. And now that that situation is gone, the only reason why they're holding on to that situation is to find you, or find something for you, is to find a connection within that situation for you. And but it's a wreckage, it's done, it's gone. Only reason that they're holding uh that situation is still there a little bit is because they're investigating if something that belonged to you is there in that wreckage, or if like you have any other soul to soul connection, or any social connection, or any family connection there in the people involved. Or are you attracted to anyone, or have you ever spent time with anyone, like even a little bit? That's all. And they every time they find an answer, no, no, no. It's not that the only reason that she was there, like Divine Feminine was there, was because of you. Um, and that makes them feel even worse because it's like again mixed feelings. Like if I was the only one there, that and if I don't find anyone, anything to do with her over there, that means she left me. She rejected me, right? So this is what they say, that me, you left me, and now I am going to turn my back on love. Let's see. That they're feeling like they've taken a charge of their life and they're on a quest. When we turn this upside down, it's like they're on a quest. They're on a quest to possibly like now win you back or something like that. Holy Grail quest is always like a true love quest. It's true knowledge, not pursuit of uh, knowledge about love. Um, it's like they see you shining through out of the dark clouds like that. They're getting good omens. They're getting directions from the source. This child involved. There's some child involved. There's a lost child, lost and tortured child. Like maybe they rescue children. Maybe they rescue children. Um, yeah, maybe they rescue children. Definitely. They rescue children, and it's like they work with the institution or organization. It's a correctional facility for like uh correct like people who have absolutely criminal level psychosis. It's like somewhere in the middle of the sea or something like that. That place, like you can, like Alcatraz, like really horrible criminals, and maybe a child got abducted, and it was reported that they're there. My, well, it's like they possibly have access to a few satellites as well. Information coming from satellite. They maybe have a satellite phone or something like that. I know of people who casually just like work with the police or authorities and things like that too for a greater cause. I know of people randomly just mentioned it. They volunteer to do this. They're pretty much engrossed in their life. Their entire life has been engrossed in this. Well, it's brilliant. I love this, but yeah, okay, I gotta go. I will see you in the next reading. I'll be back here in a few minutes. But interesting read. I'll give you a look at the cards a little closer. Well, the next one is going to be a little interesting. I will see you then. Bye.